and salutations, my dearest friends. My name is Samantha, and today I'm going to be talking about all the books that I want to read in February. Hello, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about some books that I am really excited to read in the month of February. I was kind of just like sitting on my bed planning out the month, and I thought, why not turn on the camera? We're sitting real comfy cozy on my bed. It's a chill Sunday night. I was journaling and planning out some of my content, and I thought, why not turn on the camera and let's talk about the books I want to read in February. I typically do not film TBR videos because I am terrible at sticking to a TBR. I am such a mood reader and kind of just like read whatever I'm feeling in the moment, but there are so many new releases that I am over the moon excited about that are releasing in February. It's kind of crazy. For it being a shorter month, there's a lot of really good releases out, so let's talk about all the ones I want to read. All right, the first book that I'm so excited to read is actually the start of a new series by one of my favorite authors, and that is Sophie Lark. She announced that she is going to be writing a trilogy called the Love Contract series, and it looks so freaking cute. So the first book comes out February 21st. You guys already know. You guys know the deal. Sophie Lark is my girl, okay? I am ride or die for her books. She's one of my auto-buy authors. I don't care what the book's about. I know I'm gonna love it because I just love her writing. I'm looking on her Instagram right now. Some of the tropes: fake dating, enemies to lovers, forced proximity, blackmail. I feel like Sophie Lark does enemies to lovers really, really well. Like when I think of my favorite books by her, they're all enemies to lovers. Anastasia, Brutal Prince, Stolen Heir, The Bully. Literally all my favorite books by her are enemies to lovers. I am really interested to see how this is going to be because she is describing this as a rom-com. It is a fake dating contemporary romance, which is very different from her other books. However, I am very excited. If anyone can convince me to like contemporary books, it's gonna be Sophie Lark. Of course, I'm gonna read some Valentine's Day themed books. If you didn't know, Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday of all time. I love it more than Christmas, Thanksgiving, everything. I adore Valentine's Day. So of course, I have some Valentine's Day novellas that I really want to read. So the first one is Puck Shy by Kayla Grossi. Came out with a Christmas novella called Trick Shot, which was a poly romance, and I absolutely adored that one, and this is in the same series. Our hero in this book is a famous hockey player and an actor. He's having a little bit of a rough spot, not really meeting anyone that he's connecting with, so his friend takes him to a Valentine's Day party. It's like a masked theme, and there he meets our heroine, and their chemistry is electric. I'm really excited to read this one. I know it's gonna be spicy because that's how the other novella was, so it sounds like a good time. Another author that literally dropped a novella out of the blue. I looked on her Instagram and I was like, I did not even know she was coming out with a new novella, and that's Sarah Blue. She's one of my favorite authors of all time. She writes a ton of Omegaverse books that I absolutely love. She is releasing a Valentine's themed novella, and it's called Petty Cupid. The cover is so freaking cute. In this book, our heroine is literally Cupid. That is her job. And she is supposed to go to a Valentine's Day ball, and she lied about having a date. Because she's Cupid, she cannot show out without a date. So she ends up inviting a Grim Reaper to pretend to be like her fake date, fake boyfriend. That sounds so freaking cute and unique. If the opposite of Valentine's Day themed novellas is cozy mysteries. So you guys know that the Bake Shop Mystery Series by L.A. Alexander is one of my favorite series of all time. I talk about it nonstop. And there is a new release in the series that's coming out in February. It is called A Smoking Bun. I just love the title. I love the cover. This is the 18th book in the Bake Shop Mystery Series. So you guys know I love these books if I'm that dedicated and that far into the series. You get asked often if you can read cozy mysteries out of order, and you absolutely can. The point of cozy mysteries is that there is supposed to be one mystery per book, and it has a complete ending, no cliffhangers, so you can read them out of order. Most authors will kind of give you a general overview of the series and the characters in the beginning chapters. I personally think it's more fun to read them in order, but technically yes, you can start anywhere in the series. This entire series follows our amateur sleuth Jules, who is a pastry chef. She works at her family's bake shop in Oregon. The entire town is really known for their theater group that performs popular Shakespeare plays. The book follows a different mystery, but in this one, from what it sounds like, our heroine's husband's family is in town, and she is planning all of these events for them. Plans the scenic, gorgeous hike in the snow, and on the trail they find a body. So they gotta figure out what's going on. Really excited to read this. I will read pretty much anything L.A. Alexander writes. Yes, it's February, and I'm gonna read a lot of cute romances, but I'm also feeling a vampire vibe going on. Yes, I am. There are so many vampire releases that I desperately need to read. You guys know I'm vampire obsessed. I've said it a million times. Dracula is one of my favorite books, so I will read anything vampire related. There are 4 vampire releases that I need to read in February. The first one I feel like is on everyone's highly anticipated list, and that is The Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This is a romance between a vampire and a werewolf. The cover is stunning. To be completely honest, to be completely frank, I have not had the best luck with Ali Hazelwood's other books, just because I've said it before, I'm not that much of a contemporary romance reader, but I feel like this is exactly my vibe. Vampires, werewolves, that's all I want to read about. I am so freaking excited. I have so much faith in this that I bought like a special edition that was like $50 because the shipping was coming from the UK and it was crazy. Yeah, that might have been a crazy decision for a book I've never read, but we'll see how it goes. Next 3 books are not only vampire, but they're also Sapphic. You guys know in 2024, I definitely want to read more books that are gay. I love Sapphic books with my whole heart and soul. So when you combine it with vampires, gimme. Yes, thank you. That's all I want. I actually did a whole video talking about a bunch of Sapphic romances that are going to be releasing in 2024. I did talk about these 3 books in that video, which I'll link down below, so we'll kind of just breeze through the plot. First one is An Education of Malice by S.T. Gibson. This is the same author that wrote Dowry of Blood, which I absolutely adored. So this one is a vampire, sapphic, dark academia romance. Loving the dark gothic vibes, and A Dowry of Blood was one of my favorite books last year, so I cannot wait to read this one. Filming. I don't know. It would be down there. I mean, it is down there. I know it is. I don't know why, so I don't know. The pens are. They're not in the cart. Look to like the left side, right by the pens. The next one I want to read is Honeybloods by I.S. Bell. This is a sapphic vampire romance, and it's also a novella. The author describes this as Twilight meets Jennifer's body, which instantly intrigues me. The 2 characters were friends in middle school, but as they got older, they drifted apart. It is like the classic trope of the popular girl and the outcast. Well, when they were younger, they made a pact that they would be like ride or die for each other. And it's time to cash in that favor. One of our heroines is turned into a vampire, and she needs help disposing of the body of the person that turned her. So she calls up her old middle school friend. They get into some shenanigans. Very excited to read this one. Another sapphic vampire romance is A House of Crimson Hearts by the author Ruby Rowe, and she writes quite a bit of sapphic fantasy romances. I do want to read more of her backlist, so I might add some of her other books on my TBR. I'm not too sure, but I definitely want to read this one. So one of our heroines is kind of like in her revenge era. She is trying to kill the vampire that turned her sister. She ends up working with our heroine because our heroine is desperate for the crown. This is also kind of like a royal type of vibe. I love a revenge plot, and this one sounds amazing. A lot of you actually recommended this author to me. You guys said I would really like her, so thank you for the recommendation. Speaking of revenge, the next book I want to read that releases this month is The Revenge by Saxon James. This is the 3rd book in the Accidental Love series. I loved the first 2 books in the series, especially the audiobook, so I can't wait to get to this one. I actually don't know what this book is about, to be completely honest with you, and I don't really feel like reading the synopsis because sometimes I do like to be surprised. Love Saxon James. I've pretty much read their entire backlist, and this is a series that I already love, so of course I'm going to continue it. Right, there are a lot of new releases in February, and a lot of them I do want to get to, but I just don't know if I'm going to have time, so I'm going to quickly breeze through a couple that I might add to my TBR if I have time. So one of those is Next of Kin by Hannah Bottom Young. I read a novella by this author last year and thoroughly enjoyed it, and the cover just looks really cute. The next one is How You Get the Girl by Anita Kelly. This is a sapphic sports romance. Again, I love everything sapphic. I also love this cover, so I want to read it. All right, I feel like I've been talking for a hot minute, but I've just been like comfy and cozy with you guys. It's raining outside. I don't even know if you can hear the rain. I'm sorry if you couldn't, if that was distracting. But I really enjoyed talking about the books that I'm excited about. Let me know what books you want to read in February. What emoji should we do if you have been here this long? Since it's Valentine's and I hope you guys all get flowers and chocolate, leave me some flowers and chocolate down below in the comments down below if you were here this long and enjoyed the video. As always, thank you for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. It means the world to me. I hope you guys are all staying happy and healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!